Hey guys, welcome. How you doing, Divine Mindset family? Happy Wednesday. We're halfway there. So I just want to give a little disclaimer. So I got a little ahead of myself last week. So last week I talked about the ugly truth of entrepreneurship when actually I should have been talking about skills for activating your vision. But that's okay. We're going to go backwards so we can go back forward. So we're going to talk about skills for activating your vision because right before this we had talked about so many things, right? We had talked about activating your vision, but then I came up with let's talk about also activating your vision. So um I didn't want to just give you the tools to activate your vision and not give you talk to you about the skills that are helpful for you to activate your vision. So that's what we'll be talking about today. So excited. Hey Santa, thanks for joining. So I was just saying that last week I got a little ahead of myself and we talked about the ugly truth of entrepreneurship when really we should have been talking about skills for activating your vision. But that's okay. We're going to go back and then come back forward. So that's what we'll be doing today. But I hope you guys are having a great week. I'm having a great week, pretty busy week, but great week. Um, Still trying to get the new house in order and all of that good stuff, but we're getting there slowly but surely. And give it a few more seconds and then we will jump right in because you know I like to start on time. So we will do that. What's you guys' weather like there? Santa, what's San Antonio like right now? It's a pretty nice weather. Here it's cold at night, cold in the morning, and then it's nice, yeah. And then it's really pretty during the day, but man, it's cold at night and cold in the morning. But that means we're getting closer, right? Closer to the summer. All right, we're gonna go ahead and jump in. Um, so skills for activating your vision. So it's not enough to just have a vision. You need skills to activate that vision. And also, it's not enough to just write down that vision. You need to actually activate it. And that's what we kind of talked about a couple weeks ago. So, skills to activate your vision are basically necessary to reach success. Um, this is in the list that I'm going to give you. It's not an all-inclusive list. It's just a list that I know if you have these skills, it's helpful. It doesn't mean that other skills aren't helpful as well, but I know these for sure because these are the skills that I use and that have been great for me to move forward and accomplish a lot of things that I wanted to do. And I continue to use these things and grow these skills and add skills where I can, you know, because I'm continuing to be mentored just like I mentor others. I continue to be mentored. So let's talk. Um, so some of the skills that you should have is number one, and I have seven, is initiative. So having initiative means that you have the ability to go out and do it without somebody telling you because you know that it needs to be done. So just like with your vision, you wrote it down. I shouldn't have to tell you to go do it. Should have the initiative to start it, right? Yes, maybe I can mentor you and help you be better at it, but the initiative starts with you. You have the initiative to write down that vision. You should also have the initiative to get yourself going to get it started. Nobody should be pushing you into it, right? So you have to have the initiative. Um, Number two, work ethic. You have to have the drive to push yourself when nobody else will, right? Um, and again, mentors are great, but mentors are only there sometimes. They're not there every day and every moment of your life. Most of the time, you're going to schedule time with them. And yes, you could call them out of the blue, but again, they're not there every moment of your day and of your life. So you yourself have to have the work ethic to go out and do it and get it going. And then you talk to your mentor. If you run into a roadblock or an issue, then you want to talk to your mentor to have them help get you out of that place where you're stuck, where you're stagnant, right? To help you move along. Number 3, this one is so important. Well, all of them are important, but this one right here, adaptability. You have to have the ability to shift and continue when the first time you did it didn't work, or it didn't go as you planned for it to go. Maybe it did move you forward, but maybe it didn't move you forward in the direction that you wanted to go. You wanted to go straight, and maybe it went right? So you want to be adaptable. Uh, and if it's any time that we had to be adaptable in this last couple of years, right? You should know if you're adaptable, because these last couple of years have been pretty awful with the things that we've had to adapt to with COVID, right? We had to adapt to how we go out into the world, how we associate to people. I'm a big hugger because I'm from Mississippi, and you don't really want to hug people. You don't want to get in their space. You're like, don't breathe on me. um, I need 6 feet. So, then that 6 feet thing used to be a joke. Give me 6 feet. But now it's just like, really, give me 6 feet. um, but you have to be adaptable. You have to not let a failure or and I hate failure. You have to accept that pivot point as a pivot point and not let it stop you from moving forward. You have to keep progressing. Number 4, detail oriented. Being very detail oriented will help you um, basically find all the cracks that you may run into. So write as much detail as you can for your task, for your vision, so that um, you won't have many of these adaptable moments, because you've thought of everything. And ways to do that is, and to make sure you've thought of everything, is bounce your ideas off other people. So, Santa, you said if managers overlook these great initiatives that you are on point with, how can one still charge for it? Well, they're not going to always take your idea, and that's okay. That doesn't mean it's not a great idea. You find ways that you maybe can still push that initiative without stepping on their toes. Um, and once you find a way to move it forward and they see how important it is, or how well it has helped the mission, then they'll get on board with it, right? You can't expect them to get on board, because you're probably not the only person that they're managing, right? Everybody has a great idea. Your idea is not going to be always be the idea that they take, and that's okay. You can't let that get you down. You just need to find other ways to uh, take initiative and get it done, where they can see it taking shape and how it's helping. So I hope that makes sense. Number 5, you need to be organized. Be very organized. Um, so detail oriented. Write down as much detail as you can. Bounce it off people. But then you want to be organized. You want to make sure that you're organized enough that it makes sense to you, but it also makes sense to other people that are maybe involved with it, right? You may not always be doing it on your own. You may have a team at some point. Problem solving. Problem solving falls in place with the adaptability. So to be adaptable, you have to also be able to solve whatever problem you run into. So that's a very important skill. Uh, so you run into this roadblock. Now, how are you going to solve that problem so that you can get around it? How are you going to cut that tree down without having a chainsaw or axe? Or what if you can't cut it? How are you going to move it out of the way so that you can go ahead and move forward? So you have to be a problem solver as well. And the last one is communication. You have to be a great communicator, written and oral. So you may not always have a team that you are actually orally talking to, verbally speaking to, but you may can write them notes, right? Or you might have to write something that later somebody else has to take on to be able to move whatever you're doing forward. And that's in your career, in your business, in your personal. Communication is always key. That is one of the biggest skills that everyone should have, no matter what you're doing. Communication. So those are the 7, right? Like I said, this is not an all-inclusive list. This is some of the things that I thought were very important that I wanted to bring out to you guys. Um, so I'll go over them real quick again. We have initiative. You need to have the ability to do things that need to be done without being prompted. You need to be able to see a problem and move it forward. Oh, nobody's doing this. I see this issue. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Number 2, work ethic. You need to drive yourself and push yourself when no one else will. You have to get up and do it when no one else will. When I have to do these things, my podcast and I'm also, doing my newsletter on Fridays, sometimes Saturdays, because you only have so much time and certain things get in the way sometimes. Also, my lives and all the other things that I do, as well as continue to work, I have to have the work ethic to want to get up and keep doing it, even when I don't feel like it, because I have made a commitment to do it, and people now expect that of me. So I have to keep pushing myself to do it. And I'm going to do it because I love it, right? When I don't love it anymore, maybe I'll stop, or find what changed so that I can get back to loving it again. But I love it. I love mentoring. I love helping. I've always been this way. It's something that I've carried almost 45 years, and I don't see me losing it. Adaptability. And we talked about that being really closely tied to problem solving. They probably are, should be right together. Be detail oriented, give clear detail on what you're trying to do, bounce it off other people to see if you missed something. Be organized, prioritize, schedule things out, and then communicate well. Communication, again, is always key. If you have those things, you already have the vision, and then now you have the skills to activate it, then just move out. Move out. I've given you everything that you need, other than the vision, because that's your thing. But I also gave you how to write the vision, right? So I gave you the skills to write the vision. You have the vision now. I told you how to activate the vision. And now I'm telling you the skills that are very helpful in you actually activating it and moving forward. So I hope this was helpful. Hope it was so helpful. And I just want to let you guys know that I am working on a new website. Some new things are coming out. We have some new products coming out, some new services coming out, and I'm very excited about that. And I hope that whatever I come up with, that you guys can find value in it. Of course, I'll continue to do my podcast, and I'll continue to do these lives. I love doing them, and my newsletter and all of that stuff. So all I ask is, if you're getting value out of it, please pass it on to someone else. Pay it forward so that other people can get as much out of it as you're getting out of it. And yeah, that's it. Love you guys. Have a great rest of your week. If you have any questions or anything, please just reach out, send a comment, send me a direct message. I'd love to talk to you. And we'll talk again next week, guys. Bye.